Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. I'm gonna try to make it this short and sweet up here. What it does is that when we going in live in there, when we getting ourselves and beginning to understanding ourselves or putting ourselves together, we are working with the mind. So whatever our mindset is set up, that creates the belief system within ourselves. And with that belief system within us, that is beginning to kind of like a controlling everything what is goes on within ourselves. Okay? Because we are believed that in the base of the belief system of within us what is going on. But we're going to find out that the belief system is going to be having a duality situations. And this is going to be a rule more from the sun in there because the sun is going to be squaring Uranus. And with that energy of the sun squaring Uranus, that is going to be much more about I have the right mindset. So with this kind of like of energy is going to be require some more things to be done. All right. So with that being said, I want to say thank you guys for coming here. I want to say thank you for everything. In particular, I want to say thank you for JCK CPA. Much appreciated. Thank you for the coffee. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can buy me a coffee. You can look at the link into the channel. I will appreciate you and recognize you, of course, here publicly. But here is one thing I want to talk about very in particular today. It is that the situations between the Sun and Uranus, there's going to be evolutionary ways because you see Uranus it's more focused within out there. It is about what do you learn from the others there around you. Since Uranus is at Gemini, there's going to be what? Connecting more into the friends, the friendshipness, the where you are going, the way the things will be. So without friendshipness energy, you're going to be getting into the morning in there, right? You look what you're surrounded with in yourself, and that is going to be showing you. But with also within the belief system, you always have this kind of like let me think about something, let me get in it about something, let me just kind of like a see in there. So somebody tells you something, but you don't believe it right away. So right now we have a lot of these moments that we have to put the things in perspective, and whatever it's not in our belief system is going to be challenged. So at 7 o'clock in the morning, that belief system is going to beginning to rise within us. It's like, okay, did I get what I need to do, and so on. And at 7 o'clock, that inner work is going to be connecting directly to Uranus. That is going to be how I feel. How I feel out there is there is something new, is something I need to renovate, there's something I need to change. Did I have to go and focus on changes? And where the changes has to begin first. It's in your mindset. How you preset your mindset, and that's what is going to be. Go on with this. We're going to see that later on at 8 o'clock, the energy is going to beginning to be more focused. Some may be going to realize that the friendshipness that they had, it wasn't what it's illusion or something. There is something that it wasn't right. But that is also related to what? Reviewing the past. The inner work is going to be at Gemini. That's going to be at T-squaring the knots. And usually that is at the moments that like I did mistakes again. I skipped certain things again. I missed my boss. I missed my train. I missed the path of the life that I'm going to be. So these moments they can be a very kind of like interesting, but that energies of the morning is going to be continue to go affecting us. In the next hour, that is going to be at 9 o'clock. You may be at work, but your mindset is going to be at home because your work it is about within the family, right? Hear what they said, don't drag your family problems at work and don't drag your work problems at home, right? Why did they say that? Because you're missing things, right? Your family problems you're discussing where? In the family. Your professional problems you should be discussing at what? At work. Okay. But the energies sometimes they are twisting, they're turning things in their sense. The inner work is going to be at Cancer. That is going to be more about the transformations way. Okay, if you're looking for understanding from your coworkers or something about the visions that you see or things that you're trying to get, it's probably it's not going to be kind of like a very beautiful to do it in this case because you are talking about the wrong things at the wrong place, right? Your family matters, they don't have to be discussing at your professional place, right? So some of the people is going to beginning to understanding this as an adjusting in there because maybe somebody is going to comes in and tells you, hey, you know what, your family problems, your family problems, but you know we pay you here not to discuss family problems. We pay you here to do work, right? And some of you may be going to be feel a little bit challenges, particularly if you've been talking with who, with your bosses. Okay, it's going to come in a lot of growth at 10 o'clock since the inner work is going to be with Jupiter. You're still having that tough situations within the family because that inner work is squaring Mars, right? Your actions of what you need to do. And those actions that you are going need to do there right now rising on the horizon. It's like, oh my God, I got a problems. I got a situations isn't there. There is something that I see that is going on into and what I should do, what I particularly should have done. Uh, Overall, that energy is going to point you out that you need to grow, but in the next hour, it's going to be a little bit tough because see, if you get in a negative feedbacks, it's like, oh well, there is no love, there is no situations. The inner work is going to be with Venus, and it's going to be opposing Pluto. So there is a lack of transformations about the love. Okay, so if you have to express your love at home, right, Cancer, why would you talk about it at work? Right? So this kind of like a realizations is going to be very powerful since the ascendant is going to be at Libra and it's going to be opposing Chiron. It's going to be to heal the proper patterns. Okay, do the things in the right place at the right time. So now this is going to be one of the first steps as the new moon begins in there is to set up what the proper things should be taught in the proper place. And this is going to be one of the greatest things that today, if you're working on it and you feel like it, or you mess it up in there, you're learning how to do it. Okay. Can you be talking about this? Probably it's going to be talking about it because of the energies, but you don't want to really, in a way, to talk about what is this kind of like a heavy within you, heavy burden, right? You want to get that heavy burden, maybe a heavy burden of whatever it happens from within you. Maybe you want to talk about and express like a mistakes that you made, situations that it makes, right? Mercury is on Leo, right? It is a squaring Lilith. It's like, I want to say it, but, right? But Mars is sextile in Mercury. Mars can boost you to do the right thing, despite what the shadow wants to overcome, right? Because see, the square is a little bit more powerful, than the sextile. Okay, as an energy in there, as intensity particularly, and particularly that we are talking about communications. This is going to be that shadow part that tells you, you should not think in that way, you should not get in that way. And again, it is about what? The proper mindset. All right. The 1 o'clock is going to be this energies of the sun right now as you get in at 7 o'clock in the morning. That energy of the sun that it's squaring Uranus because, the sun is the first degree and Uranus is the first degree, right? The square, it kind of comes in. You're going to feel like something gets buzzy. It's too much in there. It is about the proper ways of transformations. Just to remind you that the Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune, they are pointing the finger of God towards what? Towards the sun. Your authority, right? Your authority is in Virgo, right? You are what? You're setting up yourself up into a proper ways. But it has to come from who? An outside source? At work, right? No, it comes from within you. You're controlling the things, right? So if you have something that is heavy in you and it's something that happens in a family or situations and whatever it is, right there, do your work, finish your work, go take a break, right? Do your things right now at lunchtime if you did it. And when you go back home, you're going to be discussing the things that you need to discussing. But you have time for what? To preset your mind. If you put in a positive things in there, a positive things is gonna come out. But if you put the negative side, all this is not gonna be, because see all that mental work that you're doing right there in the personal level, which is in the Virgo, this kind of like organizations. Nobody is perfect. You're not even perfect, right? But if you set the standard too high, but the people cannot reach in that standard, what do you need to do? That's mean you have to lower it down the standard. No, you need to understand. Not everyone has that standard. And this is also you have to look within you, because there is some people who have a higher standard than you, right? So that is the moment when that kind of like of mindset is like, I need to accept what it is, okay, and see how the other person can act and react and see whether they can improve. Because the way I improve myself, maybe they are improving the same as well. All right. Later on, that we are going to be at 2 o'clock. We are going to be looking at the inner work is going to be with the South Node. A lot of the past is going to be coming in. But for people who actually preset the new mindset, is looking at in there, they're going to feel like I'm on the right track. I'm not going to repeating my past mistakes. I'm going to be adjusting it in a way, in a much more proper way, as the Lilith is going to be coming out on the horizon. And Lilith has been playing a kind of like a lot in there. Right now, she's in one of more powerful places that it is the proper way, shadow into the underworld, right? And this is why you feel things, you understand things, you read things, you see things, but you feel like you read something, but there is not the whole truth. There is something happens in the background that you don't know. It is the same thing within you. You're looking at yourself. It's like, man, I feel this, but there is something else is going on in my brain, right? It changes. The universe is changing the way we think. We have to think indifferently, out of the box. Okay, the 4 o'clock, the energy is going to be more focused within balance, as the inner work is going to be going into a mid-heaven, very powerful with the North Node. A very transitional process of this. Hopefully your Mars is not affected in there. Be mindful what you have in Libra, because right now with this Mars in there, Mars can triggering your planets. Okay, so Mars is going to be giving you these energies, okay, into your planets, right? So seeing it in there is going to be trigger what it's not balanced within you, so you can balance it. Okay, so the ascendant is going to be at Sag. We are going to be have to learn the different ways of talking to ourselves. Okay, and we were having a little discussions today at the shop and at the workshop, and I was talking there that you should try one of this meditations. Okay, go ahead and plant it like a plant or flower, or it could be a tomato, whatever it is in your case, in there, and thinking about it that that plant is you, and start talking to that plant, and see if you're lying to that, like you're lying to yourself and so on. You can see so like a differences in there. So this is one thing that you should kind of like explore. But we're going to see that at 5 o'clock, that self-love in there, that it's going to be learned, that it's going to be coming in. Uranus is going to be working with Venus, okay? There's going to be a lot of divine energies in the playground. There's going to be a lot of that of the spirituality is going to comes in, because see, the spirituality works with what? Philosophy, which is dealing within others and how you're discussing it, things in the psychology, right? So where do you learn the philosophy? Philosophy, you learn it at Sagittarius. That is the price. We are actually, you're doing your service as a public speaker. You do your service. All the philosophers back in the days, that's what they were doing. Okay, but if you look at it on a personal level, what can you tell to yourself that can also benefit others? How can you serve to God, to the divine out there, right? So it's preparing you to do the work, and we're going to see that work for those who actually did their work in there. At 6 o'clock, you're going to be very happy because some of the shadow, you release it, you opened, is a very beautiful moment, right? The ascendant is going to be at Capricorn. You did some of the work. Have you grounded that work? Because the ascendant is going to be opposing Jupiter, right? Can you prove that you are going to be grown up person to go ahead and face the situations in the family? Can you be able to do a properly family patterns in your belief system where you have to what? Overcome yourself, right? Overcoming yourself. And this is one of the very beautiful things that you can do. All right, the next hour at 7 o'clock, we are going to have some Pluto in the ascendant. In the midheaven, it's going to be beginning at Sag. Again, this philosophy in there, but that is going to be squaring the sun and it's opposing Uranus. Now it's like, man, what did I did? Should I do the same thing? Can I skip the stuff? Right? Because you're trying to skip the shadow things. Because guess what? You're afraid of the shadow. What is the other person going to think if I tell them my negative stuff? Right? They're going to let me go. Now you are codependent. And now, if you have the courage to do the right things, the things is going to be turning very much better. But if you continue skipping this kind of like a stuff, those kind of situations, they're going to be coming in and on and on and on until they don't understand. You have to organize yourself as who you are and get the positions of that authority, of a mindset of changing your personal self. All right, later on at 8 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Pisces, going to be opposing this sun. Is going to be about those energy in there, including, and that authority of mindset is going to be a challenge, right? Because of what? Where is your mind? Where is your spirit? Where is your soul? It's in Pisces. See, Virgo is more about the physical situations, the physical things. And do you have to wait for the physical things to show up to tell you that you have thinking process and differently? That thinking process that is aware in your belief system. Is it out of balance? Who can balance it? Your actions. Because right now Mars is at Libra. Mars is going to be facing challenges in the next hour. That's going to be at 9 p.m. since the ascendant is going to be opposing Mars. That's what we are talking about. How strong can you be not to kind of like taking these actions in there? How powerful can you be to calm down and balance it? Be the peace protector, right? You're protecting the peace, not creating wars. You're protecting the peace. And the peace within you is going to lead to what? To the peace into the family, right? Okay, 10 o'clock, the work that you did today, you're probably going to be like, you know what, I'm proud of myself. I learned new things. I changed myself. I improve a lot of the situations there within me. I feel good. I feel great, right? And that is how I should talk to that plant and see how that plant is going to react on that energy. Okay? Because the way you're talking to the plant, you're also going to be talking to what? To you. You see, that is a kind of like a part of very good improvement. All right, and at 11 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be with Uranus. Finally, you are going to be like, okay, the universe is going to bring you some energy that says like, okay, you did the job. Now we're seeing it, the processes in there. Are you satisfied with what your evolutions? Are you a better friend to yourself? Are you a better friend to everyone around you? Right? And some of this energies is gonna comes in very powerful, very strong, and I hope that you are did that work. I hope you set up your mindset properly. I hope you put that authority within yourself, and I hope that these situations inside of you they are beginning to help you to be resolved, but also you are putting everything in the right place at the right time. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report.